often get asked, what should I do for shoulder workout or when you have injuries and so forth. So I'd like to go over a basic shoulder workout and to make sure that you work your rotator cuff muscle as well after and stretch properly to make sure you don't end up with injuries. So I would recommend to start with, actually I'm going to start right over here. I'm dancing with Leanne here. I would just start with big round circles on each side like this. So you go big and then you go a little bit smaller and then a little bit smaller like this. And then let's reverse that. Big. Let's go a little bit smaller. I mean, you can do that until you feel like you've really loosened up. Then I would say, let's stretch the pectoral muscles a little bit. So just grab onto the wall, to a beam, or anything like that. And you just hold. Obviously, I would do both sides. Then we really want to stretch these muscles a little bit, and I have a great beam here to do this. So I just grab onto the beam like that. You could do one arm at a time if you want to really get a good stretch. You don't want to overstretch before you work out, but it's just to warm up a little bit. Perfect. So I do feel like I'm warmed up. So we're going to work actually a little bit more on the mobility. This is a band. Obviously there's different strengths in the band and resistance. And what I'm going to do, you could do before, you could do after, you could do solo, whichever works. So this one is quite tight, so what I would do is start at the top like this and do like a count of 15. Then bring it to the tummy level and just do this. And then at the bottom here, and just do this. And what you could do also, I'm going to get myself a little bit more, is the reverse like this in terms of mobility. But again, not everybody is able to do that, but the idea would be to be able to do that to increase the mobility. Perfect. Really feel warmed up now. So I'm not going to do the entire workout, but I want to show you 4 exercises that really will get the different parts of the shoulders, and we're going to finish with a quick rotator cuff. So the first one is the shoulder press. So you go basically at 90 degrees, go up, and right down here. You could alternate if you want. I'm not too heavy right now, so it's easy. I'm not a big fan of the Arnold presses like this. They're a good exercise, but I find they're a little bit too hard on the shoulder joint for no reason. So this would be the shoulder presses. Then what I would do, if I'm short on time, I will superset my side, my front, and my rear. So I'll do a set to show you. So you go in this position, and I do have a mirror right there, so I'm actually going to look in the mirror. Mirrors are there for a reason. They're there to make sure we're not looking down, straining our necks or whatever. So I'm going to go kind of a mini squat position here. Stabilize myself. I contract my core, and then I'm going to go and do a side lateral raise. Notice that I keep a little bit of a bend. Perfect. So I would do set of 8, 10, or 12. Then I would jump right into the front raise, which is like this. And again, I'm keeping a little bit of a bend in my elbow, but not too much. And I'm really feeling that in the interior part, the front part of my shoulder. And then again, I would do 10, 12, or 15, depending on where you are at with your workout. Then the rear, go like this, bend a little bit, and you go up like this. Perfect. And again, 10 or 8, 10, 12, 15, depending on what you do. So I would do 3 sets of that. Should last you about 15, 20 minutes. You can do ab moves or core moves in between. And then I finish with the rear delt a little bit more in depth, and the rotator cuff. So I have a weight here, but you can take anything, a can of peas or whatever that's easy to grab onto. And then I start with this one. So my hand is at eye level, and I just go in an arc like this. This is to get the back part of the shoulder and engaging also the rotator muscles. So I would do 10 or 15. Then I'm going to do the rotator cuff themselves. So like this. And again, notice how I'm not flapping around here. It's literally tucked in my side. And again, some of you may not have the flexibility to go this far. You don't want to go heavy on this. Okay? All set up for the other side so you can see. So again, eye level. And then specifically this one. Perfect. So that was a quick shoulder workout, and with this, you know you've worked the 3 areas, and you know you worked the rotator cuff. So I would finish again with the stretches I did it at the beginning, and the other one that we can add with the exercise ball would be the pec stretch, which is literally just going like this, and this one will do the pec major, and if you go more like this, it's going to do the pec minor muscle. So again, major and minor, and it's to stretch, you know, this. Then, like I said, with the band, you would, and you can do front like this, like this, like this. I mean, there's many stretches that you can do. I think you don't want to stretch too much before. It's more important that you warm up your muscles, that there's increased heat so you're not injuring yourself. The stretching is more important at the end. So this was a quick workout for shoulder that should give you great result, increase your mobility, and make sure you don't get injured with your other sports or, you know, being at the computer all day.